Man, 24 hours is a lot. Of course, last night we recorded with my wife Man-Woman Minecraft, about an hour of that, so we've got so many different maps going. And every time I hop into a new one that I haven't played in a while, I'm like, what was I doing again? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get the dropsies. By the way, I've seen some comments in here that people say that if you do this, you have a lesser chance of getting a sapling. It's not true. The chance is the same, at least according to the wiki, and in my experience. I haven't done any real scientific testing, but it seems about the same to me. I'm gonna move this tree somewhere else. I don't like this spot. Come on. Alright, let's make another platform here. I'm going to need a lot of cobble. I'm going to make a little tree platform. Like my new little roof here. Okay, now the boring part. Just bear with me, folks. Let's see. Perhaps I could tell you a story. A story about Minecraft? A story about my childhood? I'll tell you a sad story. Steve Jobs passed away yesterday. Founder of Apple. Along with Steve Wozniak. Is that the other guy? The forgotten guy? Is it Steve Wozniak? I forget his partner's name. But yeah, he passed away last night, I believe. Very young age, too. I think he was in his 50s. Alright, so we have 30 cobble. Let's go make a little platform over here, and I will expand my... I'm just going to make a little tree farm out this way. No. You... This cobble confounds me. So my first experience with Apple computer was back in the 70s. I had a friend who had a neighbor who had an Apple I, the first one. And we'd go over there and hack around on it. I was never an Apple guy. I had an Atari computer. I had an Atari 400. It was my first PC, personal computer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go 6 out. I'm going to plop the tree right down in the middle. You want to have about 3 on each side. You, sir, do not belong there. Oh, dear. Oh, alright. Well, I have to wait for that stalk to grow anyway. Those little melon nubs, man, they take forever. Ever. I suppose I could use some of my bone meal. And I'm going to have to eat soon, because my chicken bones are getting a little low. So the Apple I, let's see, he had a game on the Apple I. Some kind of little dungeon crawler. I mean, most of those games back then were all text. That must have been the Apple II. I think his neighbor ended up getting the Apple II, and he had this little dungeon crawling game, which was pretty awesome. I can't remember the name now. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Let's go out this way a little bit. And I can get rid of you, actually. Corner. I can axe you now, too. And you as well, though I might want to... No, that's fine. You just hover there. And I'm going to have to get some dirt. No, I have dirt. Dirt. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's put it right there. That ought to do. Gives me the tree. I think I'm going to go out one more on that side as well. I want to have 3 on either side. Carefully. I should get hazardous pay for this. You know the guys that work on like bridges that have to climb up on those bridges that span massive rivers? They're like 800 feet in the air to make minor repairs and do some painting. I mean, that's insanity. All right, let's do this. This is going really slow. That grass has to spread. That should help it a bit. How much wood do I have here? Save 1 piece for charcoal. Let me make some more torches. Wrong device. Here we go. Plop. Yeah, I had a friend on Twitter who watched my last episode, and I made charcoal. He cringed when I made charcoal because, like I said, charcoal is one of these new things. In the old days, we didn't have charcoal. We had to go mine for coal. And he wrote he cringed and couldn't believe that I did it. And I said, yeah, well, you know, a little piece of my alpha code died that day when I made that charcoal. So true. Come on, grass, grow. All right, we got 1 piece. Oh, no. I don't know. All right, get away from the tree, let it grow, and what else was I going to do? So I've got these things covered, so they shouldn't freeze anymore either. These little rooftops will prevent these from freezing and also protect it from any precipitation. All right, let's make a few torches here. And I'm going to pretty this up a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. All right, let's take a look at the challenges again. Hang on. Oh. Speaking of Apple, I've got a little Mac here on my desk, and I've got the web page loaded up. Let's see. Okay, cobblestone generator, build a house. I'm going to have to build a house, expand the island. Melon farm, pumpkin farm, reed farm, wheat farm, build a bed. I can do that with the string to make wool, but I'm not going to make a bed yet. I'm going to make a house first. So let's see, build 10 bookcases. I can't do that. I can't make paper. All right. Let's do something about this. I'm going to need food. Grab some more cobble. Really can't do much without cobble. I'm going to start making a platform and a house. Here comes the Snorefest. I could speed this up. I could put it on like a time lapse. Let me know. Put it in the comments. You want me to speed up this cobble collection nonsense? Because I can do that. Or if you want to hear more stories. Let's see. Let's go back to my Atari 400. There was a game on the Atari 400. Maybe it was 800. See, I started with the 400, and I worked for that thing, man. I cut grass, raked leaves, snowed shovels. I snowed shovels. Actually, I used the shovel on the snow, and I think it was about $400, $500. I don't remember now, but it wasn't cheap. For back then anyway. And I ended up buying it. Okay, I'm gonna have to be quick. Oh, what's up with that? I'm gonna do this. Oh, there goes my pick. So I had my little Atari 400, and then gosh, I remember that thing had a tape drive. I remember the games were on cassette. It's a little nicer. I could do this too. There we go. And I remember like plopping in a tape. Well, there was one game I had. It was some kind of it was actually a tree planting thing, and these trees would come alive and they would battle these monsters that would come onto the screen. And I remember putting the tape into the cassette player, and the player would actually load the code into the game, and you can hear the thing as it loaded from the cassette tape into the computer's memory. The computer had 16K of memory, 16 kilobytes. K. Actually, and I had actually upgraded it to 32. I bought a 16 kilobyte memory expansion card. Oh my god. And it was massive. It was about the size of a video card is today. Huge. I had to solder it in. And I upgraded. Maybe, no, it was a 32-bit. 32K is what it was, actually. And so I ended up expanding. I think it might have started with 8K. And I expanded it with a 32K card. But anyway, so the cassette tape would load into the memory. Let's put stairs here too. And it would literally take about 20 minutes to load this one game. And I remember I'd go eat dinner. I'd load it up before I went to eat dinner, and then I'd go eat. And that water's going to ruin that crop right there, so I'm going to hold off on that trick. Let's see if I can do this fast. Yeah. So I would go off and eat dinner, and you could hear the thing in my room just loading up. It was hilarious. That was before floppy disks and hard drives. If I do this one, the water may spill out and destroy my little nub there. That would be awful. So I don't want to do that. I'll hold off on those. I'm not going to prettify that yet. All right, grass. Looks like the grass grew here. That's nice. Let's do this. Tricky. Tricky. Get it. So this is going to lead out to my animal farm. But I got to go grass along this whole entire length. Because passive mobs only spawn in on this grass. At least that's how it used to work in the old days. Maybe that's changed. I can't keep up with all these changes. But I'm pretty sure they only spawn in on grass. Okay, let's take a little gander at what's cooking here. All right. I think I may make a little platform right across the top here. I can walk along on the rooftops. That'd be pretty sick. Let's do that. I'm worried I'm going to hit the wrong key and toss this stuff off the island. So I'm going to have to deal with that because... Oh, I need to cover the crops too. Shoot. Forget about that. Where did I get a rose? Must have been from that grass I grew. Alright, let's do this. Let's make a platform rooftop above my crops. See, right here, this is where I have a tendency to hit, instead of E to close this thing, sometimes I hit Q and what's in my hand goes flying. So I really shouldn't be walking around carrying this stuff. Yet, here I am, continuing carrying this stuff. Alright, let's cover me crop. Cover me crop. Cover me crop. Crop be covered. At least that much of it anyway. I don't have any other crop there yet. Alright, so we are protected from precipitation. I do believe. Unless I've screwed something up. Which wouldn't be the first time now. Probably not the last. Probably don't want this somewhere where if I'm doing inventory management, something flops out of my hand. Oh, I forgot this is on a... Oh, yeah, it's a floaty thing. You know what? I don't like that. Me no like. Let's put you somewhere else. All right, tell you what. Let's decide where my house is going to go. Let's do that right now. Maybe I'll just go off this way and build my house. Maybe over here. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it up here. So I'm going to make a platform, and this will be where my house is going to go. And that'll be another challenge. This is also the expansion of my island as well, so I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone, eh? I don't know how big the house has to be. But I guess it's just big enough to live in, with a bed, some bookshelves. That's one of the challenges, to build bookshelves. Sun's on its way down, and I'm still a bit hungry. So I haven't eaten since I got here. I'll get rid of you now. And you as well, but I don't want to lose you. Too risky. Let's go get some more cobble. So, tell me in the comments, what was your first computer? Was it an Apple? Atari? TRS-80? I had a friend that had a TRS-80 from Radio Shack. We used to call him the Trash 80.